So Army going out convincing winners, 40 points to nil over the Barbarians as we prepare for the next semi-final between CR&FC and Navy Sports Club. Joining me in the commentary is Shanaka Amarasinghe. Good morning, Shanaka.
Good morning, Abdullah. These players really deserve a medal. I'm panting after climbing up to the commentary box. It's a rather long way up here. Not as high as those lights, of course, but it's a hot day today, isn't it? And we're bound to see the players flagging a little, especially in this round. And not to mention the semi-final rounds, which are just after lunch. Just after lunchtime, I should say. These guys won't be having much lunch. And the Navy in the blue and CR&FC in the traditional red. Not going to be an easy game for either team. They're playing their full strength sides, and when we say full strength, the full strength's available. Mustn't forget that this is in the middle of the 15s preparation, Abdullah, so they've been yanked out of 15s preparation and into this 7s tournament. Sudham Suryarachi waiting to start proceedings in this second quarter-final game of the Cup division.
Yes, CR started pretty slowly yesterday, losing to Army, but as the tournament progressed, they seem to be getting their rhythm back. They'll need to be on the top of their game today if they are to get the better of this Navy outfit, and they seem to be off to a good start. Some good work at the kickoff. They have players out wide. Fortunately, just not making those passes stick, but they managed to retain possession. Ravin Pereira takes the ball up. Have numbers. Chatura just not finding the player, but the ball yet goes to the hand of the CR player, and some good support work, and CR over for the first try. So
Yes, that's scored by Hathrusinghe in the corner. And good build-up work from CR&FC. They took a lot of contact that perhaps they didn't need to take, but Navy's defense was up quickly, and unfortunately for them, up a little too quickly. This was where Navy's Jalal Udayashanta had just shot up, and the ball was behind him, and managing to get around was CR's number 10. That's Terukanane Akkara, who managed to give the ball inside for Hathrusinghe to finish. So an untidy try, but they'll take the 5 points.
yes, absolutely. So conversion not successful. But again, Shanaki, just all started from that kickoff, isn't it? Just such an important part of this Sevens game. Lovely hanging kick and a very good chase.
If you go all the way back, Abdullah, to George Simkin, very good friend of Sri Lanka Rugby, former Sri Lanka 7s and 15s coach as well. He's the one who actually got the rule changed so that the scoring team can kick off to give the opposition a chance to get back into the game. But the game has evolved so much now that the best teams are able to win the ball back even when they kick off. So that's exactly what CR&FC did. But in this occasion, it wasn't any skill, but it was just a bad receipt of the kick from Navy that handed them the opportunity. But it just goes to show how important a facet of this Sevens game the restarts are.
Absolutely, as we seem to have a Navy player down as the medics are attending to him. So hope it's nothing serious. The stretcher has come out as well.
Day 2 is the business end of the tournament, isn't it, Abdullah? And we might see a few more of these. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of these players not really conditioned to come into the Sevens game. There's such a different format of training that is required, and they've been training for Sevens, so it's unfortunate to see the Navy player being carried off your screens. We hope he's going to be okay, and it's not something too long-term. For me, watching rugby, Abdullah, this is the most uncomfortable part of watching rugby for me, seeing players getting injured, but just aspect of the game that you've got to come to terms with. It's a physical battle, taken that time comfortably by Navy.
Yes, they are penalized for not remaining on their feet. An opportunity for Army to launch an attack. go on the far side. CR desperately clinging on. Ball has been recycled.
So Navy's jersey numbers are not what we've been given on the team sheet, so we might have a little bit of trouble giving you the names of these players. But that time CR&FC over the ball quickly, and a good penalty won by Ruchira Ekanayaka for his red shirts. And into the corner this time, Ravin Pereira, beautiful tackle that time from Navy's Tanuja Malimbada. But the numbers are opening up. There's one man over for CR. The pass is not a good one. And it's a knock-on, says the referee. So Navy will have a scrum under pressure.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate from CR's point of view. They did all the hard work, created the phases, but just that final pass not going to hand. It's a lost opportunity as far as they are concerned.
A real try-saver on the far side, wasn't it, Abdullah? That man looked like he was in for all money at the other corner flag. But Malimbada coming through and making a really good chop tackle. Fantastic technique. So that will be a penalty for offside. CR scrum half had ventured beyond the ball. And Navy will be very happy to get out of their half. Jala Ludeshanta puts the ball into CR's half for the first time in this second quarter-final rather.
Yes, CR need to be a bit careful because this first 5 minutes of the game they have dominated position as well as territory, but they've just got the 5 points to show for it, isn't it? So just shows that you've got to ensure when you do have that kind of advantage, keep on piling on the points, because at the end of the day, that's what counts.
Ball was overthrown. It's terribly untidy from both teams. Chatura Gomez eventually latching onto that ball for Navy. And this time it's CR&FC pushing through Ravin De Silva, but the referee has spotted an infringement and will come back for the knock-on.
So we're just approaching the final minute of this first half. CR just 5 points to nil ahead. Just need to try and manage this next 1 minute or so without conceding a point, or conceding a try rather.
Navy will be grateful to be only one score down, and we'll have an opportunity now as the half draws to a close to put some real pressure on the red shirts. First time they'd had an opportunity to spread the ball. Navy's runners coming in on the angle. Just nice little scissor pass. CR trying to hold up man and ball, conceding territory. And Navy's fly half, makeshift fly half, manages to latch onto it. Malimbada looking for the inside ball, and there's a concession of a knock-on. So Ravin Pereira will look for his support, eventually finds it. Stepping back infield was the CR player going inside the 22. Sudham Suryarachi, a long ball over the top. It's not a great pass, but eventually controlled. And there's a good hands from CR, but again, superb defense. CR&FC keeping the ball alive, but knocking that ball on in the last frame of the game. So Navy's defense has really been stretched, but they haven't conceded, Abdullah. And apart from that untidy try in the first couple of minutes, they've looked pretty good without the ball in hand.
Yeah, that's right. But we just have to wonder whether this defensive effort, what kind of toll it'll take on them in that second half. But yes, I agree with you, Shanaga. Thrown everything defensively into this game. CR will probably be a bit disappointed by the fact that they haven't scored at least another couple of tries despite enjoying so much possession. From their point of view, let's hope it won't come back to haunt them in that second half.
Chatura Senivaratna and Ravin De Silva packing down for CR as the props in this scrum, and they concede a free kick. So always problematic to have backs if they haven't been training for that particular skill. Here's Navy again, get another opportunity. Lankeshwara De Silva directing traffic with the ball in hand. CR forced to defend in the last few movements of this first half. Coming through with a big tackle and eventually taking the player out, but the penalty was coming from the referee. Here's some numbers available for Navy. Draw and pass, beautifully done, and a nice little skip, but the tackle, the ankle tap is good enough for CR to stop that move from becoming a try, and Navy will start all over again. Here's some options now. Again, players spread out. Jayashantha losing the ball in the middle of the field, and CR losing it as well, but the referee may come back for the knock-on. And this is indeed the half, so a lackluster half, not a lot of skill on display, but 5 points to nil. It's been a tense game so far, and CR&FC have the only score in the half to show for it. Back after a long break, of course, and it's good to see all the clubs involved in this sevens competition. And another mistake from the kickoff by Navy, but CR&FC choose to place. The referee will allow play to carry on. So coaches would have had a word, and as Abdullah was saying, that defensive effort from Navy would have created a few tired legs. Lovely ball over the top, and scoring that try is CR&FC's number 22, Eranda Harshana. He looked like he wanted to give the pass inside, but the tackler let him go just in time, and he made the run into his own team. So CR&FC looking much more composed, and again the mistake from the kickoff, Abdullah.
Yeah, that's right. Just harping on that, you just cannot harp on that enough, isn't it, Shanaka? Such an important part of sevens rugby. Sets the tone for those consecutive phases of play, and again, conversion successful. Just that defensive effort in that first half by Navy Sports Club. Will it come to haunt them in the second half? Sudam making a small initial break. Nana Kara passing the ball to Eranga, brushing off a couple of defenders to go over for CR's second try.
Good skills to create that try from Sudam Suryarachi, Sri Lanka's scrum half in the national team for a while now. He's been trading places with Srinath Surya Bandara, former incumbent of that green number 9 jersey for Isipatana and then for Sri Lanka. So he's showing the skills necessary for this CR7's team. Navy now have all the game chasing to do, and they were showing a little bit of urgency now. First time inside the CR&FC 22. Again, untidy scrum. Chatra Senivaratna appealing for the decision again. And I think the referee had warned the CR&FC team that they might be talking too much. Chatra needs to remember that it's not cricket, you don't have to appeal for everything.
Yes, I'm just wondering whether Chatra was trying to plead his innocence, because he seemed to be on the wrong side of that ruck when that knock-on happened, just to say that I had nothing to do with that, but I think probably got away with that one.
A little bit of room on the blind side, but it's against the head this time from Navy. So they've got an opportunity to counter-attack now with an unsettled CR defense. Nice little wrap-around move, but the defense was wise to it. Nice long ball, and eventually a good tackle as well on Lankeshwara De Silva. Navy through Adisha. Good continuity this time from Navy. They've stung about 3 phases together. Big men trying to create a few inroads. Here's Lankeshwara again, stepping in, stepping out, and now trying to find a gap. He does so inside the 22. Suryarachi with a good tackle. And getting over the ball as well, but referee might have seen that that was a little bit too high. shows the yellow card, and Navy waste absolutely no time in going under the posts. Well taken try from them. Susudam Suryarachi, I thought he made a really valiant effort. The hand went high, but I thought he hit him around the chest. But the referee and the touch judge were in much better positions to see that. Now the game is on.
Absolutely. It's good play by Navy, just taking that quick tap. I'm sure, not quite sure whether once the yellow card, whether you have to wait for the player to leave the field before you can recommence play, but referee decided that they could go ahead. The conversion strikes the upright, but not successful. So CR will maintain a 7 points to 5 lead, but they'll be down a player for the next couple of minutes. So it's going to be crucial in the context of this game how they manage those 2 minutes. Navy, I'm sure, will want to capitalize as soon as possible.
Well, every kickoff is created equal, but this kickoff is a little bit more equal than the others now for Navy. Because they really need to capitalize and get this ball back before Suryarachi or his replacement can come back on the field. And it's make a bit of a hash of that restart. Navy have the ball. CR's players, you can throw a handkerchief over them. The defense is so cloistered together. And here's Navy knowing that they've got a man over, but they can't afford to do that. Especially not with the scoreboard reading the way it is and time ticking away.
Yes, crucial mistake that occasion by Navy. Had an opportunity to try and go over the line, but just that final pass not sticking. CR will now try and just slow this game as much as possible, run that clock down. To keep in mind that they're down a player as well. And oh dear, they have been penalized for illegal infringement in the scrum.
So again, referee saying not 10 meters, and here's an opportunity for Navy. Managed to dot the ball down, and it's 10 points to 12 now.
Well, Shanaka, the first penalty was given, and then the second penalty was for not retiring 10 meters. I think the referee is bound to allow the team to get back 10 meters before he allows play to recommence, but that was not the case.
Yes, I don't think 2 quick taps is the convention. But as long as it favors the attacking team, Abdullah, I don't think we can insist on that. And now Navy, after being second best for about 12 minutes of this game, of this 14-minute game, now very much in the driving seat. Beautifully taken by CR&FC that time. Handling has been good from them at close quarters. Here's Aranda Harsana, the try scorer, trying to create a little bit of space. CR will do well to hold on to this ball. It's not a great pass, completely misread what the inside man was trying to do. The outside player, Chatra Seneviratna, now will take this ball towards the touchline. Not sure that was the best decision, because they have conceded the ball to Navy with a few seconds left on the clock, I would think, because of injury time. And Navy will have one final opportunity to try and play this line out and get under the posts. Doesn't matter if they get under the posts, all they need is a score.
Well, we're talking about whether that defensive effort by Navy will come to haunt them in this second half. But on the same side, Shanaka, whether that CR not being able to convert the dominance they had in terms of possession in that first half, will it come to haunt them in this game, in the final analysis?
Well, we'll find out in a few seconds, Abdullah. Navy must keep control of this ball. Here they are, just trying to be patient in their build-up. Lovely little step from the Navy player, their try scorer. It was Lahiru Herat, and they get another penalty. So Sia's discipline has really suffered in these last few moments. Coming on the wrong side of the referee, and Eranda Harshana with another lovely. And that looked like it was, might have been a penalty the other way, but Navy have seen the rub of the green. Nice tackle there, the intercept coming through. Here's Navy opening things up a little bit. Now they've got two men on the outside. Lovely little step inside, and this could be the match-winning try for Navy. Stepping back inside, back outside, and that is the match-winning try for Navy. Amit Madhusankar is the man who goes over. And eventually, despite being down on the scoreboard at half-time, despite having everything to do, Navy managed to come through and win this game. Despite Sia's best efforts at defending, in the end, there's just too many men on the outside. And the bounce of the ball favoring Navy this time, as they managed to dot the ball down through Madhusankar. The conversion won't matter as it's full time.
Well, what a thriller we've had, Shanak. I didn't see that coming. The next couple of quarterfinals follow suit. It'll be absolute entertainment. Eventually, Navy winning 15 points to 12.